Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my review for The 100, Season 5, Episode 11, The Dark Year. I apologize for this being out late. I wanted to get these all done prior to Season 6 beginning, so I'll hopefully have all of the final 3 episodes done and reviewed by the time it starts on the 30th. Now, this episode, The Dark Year, had a lot to live up to, and I have my own thoughts and opinions on it, and if you want my honest opinion, right off the bat, I honestly don't think that this episode lived up to the hype. But don't get mad at me right yet. Give me some time to explain. Now, let's get into this and I'll explain why I did not think this was the best episode right now. So let's begin. Now, we picked this episode right where episode 10 left off, where Clark and Maddie have returned to the valley and find Abby passed out due to her overdose. And McCreary shows up looking for Abby to cure him and his people. And he has Clark fix her, or, have her go through her overdose so that she can cure them all, and threatens to kill Maddie if she fails to do so. Now, I really like this. I really like the McCreary character. I feel like he very well works as a villain. He's probably the best villain of the 100. He's sadistic, he has no humanity, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to secure the survival of his people, which in his mind is the best thing to do. So I can respect that. I do also like that Clark is willing to do whatever it takes, even siding with the villain to protect her daughter. I like that very much. I know a lot of fans hate Clark this season because of what she's done and the side she's chosen. However, I really liked it, actually. Personally, I find it very refreshing and different. And this is something that would happen in real life. Like, if you're trying to protect your daughter, you would do whatever it takes, no matter what, to ensure that she survives. So I can respect that. I feel like we needed a little bit more time between Clark and Maddie, just due to the fact that we skipped 5 years of their relationship, that I feel like we needed a little bit more. If we get more of that in the future, it's okay, but as of right now, it's how it stands. I feel like we just need a tad bit more for me to believe it. Now, at the same time, you got Space Crew is trying to figure out a way for one crew to enter the valley and not get killed. Now, my first, I guess you could call it nitpick, is why is there snow where they're scouting? Because we never saw it snow beforehand. I guess you could say it snowed off camera. But then again, how does it go from snowing here to the next episode where they're attacking in the same area where there's no snow? I get a week passed, but you'd still see remnants of snow. You'd still see something. So for that reason, I got to take points off right there, because the snow, unrealistic. How it happened, no mention of it. They're all walking around like the weather hasn't changed one bit. So I gotta say that I gotta take points off right there. It just doesn't make any sense, and it feels forced. But you got them going there. They're scouting out. They decide to steal the ammunition from McCreary's group. That way they have less bullets. In the process, they end up getting caught by McCreary's men. Now, I really like what happened here. And you got Shaw, who shows up and saves them. He fakes gonna turn himself in and ends up saving our group and proving his worth to the rest of the group. Now, I like that. Shaw is an okay character. I do not believe that him and Raven have a realistic relationship, as much as most of these characters on the 100, their relationships don't make any sense. But he's okay. But out of this, we got Murphy, who had been bitching about not having a gun. He ends up getting a gun. So, you know what? For all that's worth, okay. A little bit of a nitpick with the snow, but overall, it was okay. I can overlook it a little bit, but I had to take points off for the snow. But they end up returning back to the cave, and they end up reporting what they found, and Diyoza ends up realizing that McCreary's using the battle plans she had planned in the event that they were attacked. And as we know, she's a military colonel. She's got training in that area. So she has fought up everything in a way to ensure that they would survive, and pretty much has screwed one crew who will end up being annihilated pretty much if they end up going anywhere towards the valley. So she ends up helping our group come up with a plan for one crew to enter the valley and get there safely to secure the valley. Now, I really like this. I like that Diyoza is on our good guy's side. Diyoza is probably one of the best characters we've gotten in a while. Again, I feel like the adult actors do a lot better than the ones playing the kids. So that's probably one reason why I like her a little bit more. But she ends up helping our group, and I really like that. So she ends up figuring out a plan for our group to use, and they end up radioing to Bellamy and them, who are still with Octavia and her group in the desert, and they radio in, give her the plan, and they end up having a full plan to attack the valley, which they previously, of course, did not, and they were just going in hoping that they wouldn't get annihilated. Now, I really like these scenes between Octavia and Bellamy in this episode. I like the fact that Bellamy has pretty much embraced the fact that I know fans might not agree with me, but I feel like he has embraced the fact that Octavia and him, their relationship is no more. I feel like the relationship they had previous to the season is broken, and he even states that he's only helping her to get back to his family, which in this case would be Space Crew, and I like that. I like that they have this broken relationship between Bellamy and Octavia. It makes sense. It makes sense that some kind of group's relationship would have broken in this 5-year time jump, and this is the most realistic one. So I actually really like it. As all this is going on, like I said, we got Abby who's going through detox. Now, while she's going through detox, we see the story of what happened in the Dark Year through her kind of viewpoint and through flashbacks. Now, the concept of the Dark Year is an interesting one, because we find out that one crew had to resort to cannibalism during that one, I think it was like, 2 years into them being in the bunker. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my early reviews or whatever, because it's been a while, but I predicted that they'd probably end up having to become cannibals eventually in the bunker. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So for me, I feel I didn't get that big reveal that a lot of people, I feel like, were getting. I feel like it came off as predictable, at least to me. And so we got them resorting to cannibal. I guess there was something wrong where some of the plants got infected with some kind of, I forget how plants get infected, but they got infected. So they are all dying. So they have to resort to cannibalism. So they use the meat from the people that are killed in the fighting pits. Okay, good idea. But my one biggest complaint out of this whole thing is how the hell is the meat that they're eating cut into these perfectly cut cubes of meat? I do not believe that's how this happens. Seriously? I think that was extremely stupid and looks unrealistic. And for that reason, I gotta take points right off there. But right away, when the cannibalism initiative was acted in the bunker, you got people who went for it and people who didn't. And Kane led a group of people who did not want to become cannibals. Now, I like that. It's realistic. It fits Kane's personality. It fits his characteristics. So I like that. And I like how they added that in, because you would have people that don't want to become cannibals. You would have people that were resistant to that. I mean, think about it. This day and age, you got people who are vegetarian or whatever. Imagine having something like that, and now they have to convert to cannibals. So I really like that. But then you got, after that, Abby, who goes to Octavia, warning her of what will happen if these people starve to death. Now, this is one of my biggest complaints with the episode. Well, I agree with what Abby's saying, and I agree with both sides of the argument between Octavia not wanting to make cannibalism a crime, and Abby saying that, sometimes you have to do what's best to make sure your people survive. But what annoyed me about this is that when we get to the next scene, because Abby pretty much tells her, if they don't eat, just pretty much make it a crime, kill them. What annoyed me about this scene is Octavia pretty much is blaming Abby for what she has become and what she had to do, which really annoyed me, because this is like being a partner in a bank robbery, and your partner tells the lead guy, what would make this go faster? Just kill the hostages. That guy kills the hostages, gets arrested and goes to jail for murdering and whatever. Okay, he can't blame his partner for telling him that. He pulled the trigger. He decided to kill the hostages, and that's what happened here. Octavia chose to kill people. Abby didn't like hold her at gunpoint and force her to kill these people. Octavia made the choice to make it a crime. It's not Abby's fault for what Octavia became. It's Octavia's fault permanently. I don't care what you say, in my opinion. It's all on Octavia. She chose to kill these people. She chose to pull the trigger and kill the people that didn't want to eat. She could have let them die. She could have. It was her choice. But she decided not to. She decided to pull the trigger and kill them. So it's her fault for what she became. And I will 100% always say that. It's not on Abby. It's not on Kane. No one else. It's all her. And I blame her for... And another thing that I didn't like about this scene is Marie's acting. I'm sorry. I know people will probably say I'm crazy. But it was atrocious. Her acting in this scene was horrible when she had to go and kill these people. It was horrible. I'm sorry. There is time when you can watch an actor and their performance is so great it sucks you in, but it didn't happen here. I just felt like I was watching an actor, and I didn't like that. And for that reason, again, I gotta take points off because I don't think that Marie did the best acting that she could at this moment. But overall, cannibalism, okay, predictable. If you want my honest opinion, for the Dark Year storyline, I probably would have preferred if they enacted the pits during the Dark Year, and then halfway through this whole thing with cannibalism happened, and they had to enact cannibalism to survive. If they did that halfway through the Dark Year, I feel like it would have been better. But since they did the fighting pits earlier on, I feel like it hurt it a little bit. I feel like they should have done the fighting pits, then this, and it would have made the episode a tad bit better. Or at least the reveal of the Dark Year a little bit better. But let me know how you feel about the Dark Year reveal in the comment section down below. Now, we also got some stuff from Clark and Maddie in this episode. That stuff was okay. Not worth really going into detail much about. It was okay. One thing that's bothered me with Maddie is they're kind of acting like she's the Messiah and with the whole flame stuff. And her being the mentor to Clark, sort of, is kind of annoying when you make your kid characters smarter than your actual adult characters and they're the ones giving advice. That kind of always frustrates me, but it was okay. I'm gonna wait and hold off and see where it goes in the future, but they need to hold back on that in order for me to like Maddie more and make Clark more of her teacher rather than the other way around, because right now as it stands, the way they're doing it, it's kind of frustrating me, and I just hate when the kids are smarter than the actual adults. But then we end the episode with McCreary getting Diyoza and Kane, who surrendered themselves over to him. Now, I really like that. I really liked how they built up the relationship between Kane and Diyoza in this episode. I don't want Abby and Kane to break up anytime soon, but I do like this friendship between the two of them. And you got Kane who is going to tell McCreary how to win against WannaCrew, because he doesn't want Octavia there, because he doesn't trust her, nor does he like her at this point. So I like that. And plus it fits Kane's personality to betray our group. So I really like how that played out. Overall, I feel like this was a good episode, setting up some good stuff for the season finale. If I had to give this episode a rating, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It was good, but needed a little bit of improvement. But overall, still very much enjoyed this episode. I think it set up some very good stuff for the 2-part finale. And definitely it's expanded on some of the good stuff that is going on with the 100 right now in Season 5. So yeah, guys, that's my review of the 100 Season 5, Episode 11, The Dark Year. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more the 100 content from me moving forward. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.